Hi and welcome to T10 Info TV SK channel. My name is Syed. Here I am with the latest news for 29 July 2023. Fire at Kuwait's Min Al Ahmadi refinery. Firefighters managed to put out a fire in one of the bitumen production units line at Kuwait's Min Al Ahmadi oil refinery. Kuwaiti National Petroleum Company said in a statement on Friday, the company's crew were able to successfully extinguish the fire that broke out in one of the lines of bitumen production unit at the company's Min Al Ahmadi refinery, said KNPC spokesman Ghanim Al-Utaibi in the statement posted on X. Al-Utaibi, who is also the executive vice president of the fuel supply operation at KNPC, had earlier announced that a limited fire was being dealt with according to the procedures followed by the company, adding that they would provide more details when available. KNPC did not mention if production and operation were affected due to the fire. Saudi ambassador to Egypt launches tourism forum in Cairo. Saudi ambassador to Egypt Osama bin Ahmed Nugaili launched the International Forum for Tourism and Hotel Program Service in Cairo on Thursday, a gathering of 50 Saudi companies offering Umrah transportation, aviation and hospitality service. Nugali toured the exhibition at the forum and was briefed on the service provided by the companies to pilgrims and visitors to help contribute to enriching their religious and cultural experience in the kingdom, the Saudi presidency reported on Thursday. The ambassador praised the service provided by the Saudi companies, pointing on that their efforts were part of the kingdom's drive to aid pilgrims. Nugali added that the event aimed to boost cooperation between Saudi and Egyptian companies in the line with strategic relation between the two countries. Saudi Arabia summons Danish charged DFS over Quran burning hands her protest note. Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry on Friday summoned Denmark's charged DFS to the kingdom and handed her a protest note calling to stop this disgraceful act which violate all religious teaching and international laws and norms. The ministry expressed through a statement the kingdom's absolute rejection of these acts that feed interreligious hatred. Saudi Arabia on Saturday expressed strong condemnation and dissatisfaction with a failure to take necessary measures to prevent the recurrence of incidents of violation against Islamic sanctities. Singapore executes women for the first time in 20 years. Singapore on Friday executed women for the first time in almost 20 years. Official confirmed. Singaporean national Sari Devi was found guilty of trafficking 30 kg of heroin in 2018. She is the second drug convict to be executed this week after fellow Singaporean Muhammad Aziz bin Hussein and the 58th since March 2022. Singapore has some of the world's toughest anti-drug laws which it says are necessary to protect society. Saudi Arabia condemns incursion to Al-Aqsa compound by Israeli National Security Minister. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has expressed Saudi Arabia's condemnation of the incursion by the Israeli National Security Minister and a group of settlers into the Al-Aqsa Mosque Square. The ministry said that this systematic practice, which provoked the feeling of Muslims worldwide, are a flagrant infringement of all international norms and covenants. The ministry held the Israel occupation fully accountable for the repercussions of such continued violation, reiterating its call on the international community to shoulder its responsibility to end the Israeli escalation, provide necessary protection for civilians and exert all efforts to end the conflict. Saudi Arabia's King and Crown Prince congratulated President of Peru on Independence Day. Custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman, has sent a cable of congratulations to President Dina Boluarte of Peru on the anniversary of her country's Independence Day. Army Act Amendment Bill: retired army officer cannot participate in politics for 5 years. The Senate of Pakistan has approved the bill to amend the Army Act, under which a person who discloses information obtained in an official capacity in the interest of the country's security without authorization will be punished with rigorous imprisonment for up to 5 years. Defense Minister Khwaja Mohammad Asif presented the bill to amend the Army Act in the Senate on Thursday. Under the amendment bill, several amendments have been made to the Army Act and new sections have been added. Signing of a memorandum of understanding for Saudi oil refinery project in Pakistan. Pakistan's 4 major oil companies have signed 3 memorandum of understanding to raise local equity needed for a multi-billion-dollar Saudi-backed refinery project. According to Arab News, Pakistan's Minister of State for Petroleum Dr. Musaddiq Malik has said that an engineering, procurement and construction agreement has also been signed with the Chinese firm. African leaders pressed Putin on grain deal and peace plan for Ukraine. African leader pressed Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday to move ahead with their peace plans to end the Ukraine war and renew a deal on the export of Ukrainian grain that Moscow tore up last week. While not directly critical for Russia, their intervention on day 2 of a summit with the Putin served as pointed reminders to him of the depth of African concern at the consequences of the war, especially for food prices. AstraZeneca CEO says lung cancer drug trial data very encouraging. AstraZeneca Chief Executive Pascal Soriot said on Friday the company is very encouraged by interim data from a key lung cancer drug trial, but he did not explain why the company had not declared result as clinically meaningful. Taliban used stun guns, fire hoses and gunfire to break up Afghan women protesting beauty salon ban. Dozens of Afghan women protested a beauty salon ban on Wednesday after the Taliban ordered their closure nationwide. Security force used fire hoses, stun guns and shot their guns into their air to break up their protest. The Taliban said earlier this month they were giving all salons in Afghanistan 1 month to wind down their business and close shop, drawing concern from international officials worried about the impact on female entrepreneurs. The Taliban said they are outlawing salons allegedly because they offer service forbidden by Islam and cause economic hardship for grooms' families during wedding festivities. Israel Air Force Chief warns for security threat after judicial reform vote. The Israeli Air Force Chief said on Friday its country's enemies might exploit a political crisis triggered by an overhaul of judiciary which Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu denied would undermine its democracy. Major General Tomar Bar said his forces needed to remain vigilant and prepared after Parliament on Monday passed the first of Netanyahu's widely contested changes, removing the Supreme Court's authority to avoid what it deems unreasonable decision by government and ministers. It is possible that at a time like this, the enemy will try to test the frontier, our cohesion and our alertness, Bar said in an address to his forces according to a statement released on Friday, and he did not elaborate more. Decision to indict former Prime Minister Imran Khan for contempt of Election Commission on August 2. The Election Commission of Pakistan will file charges against former Prime Minister and Chairman Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI Imran Khan on August 2 in the case of defamation of the Election Commission. On Friday, the Election Commission of Pakistan issued an order for July 25 hearing in the contempt Election Commission case against Chairman PTI Imran Khan. The order states that Imran Khan will be charged on August 2 to appear at the next hearing as well. The arrest warrant against Chairman PTI has been temporarily suspended. Paris-bound Air India flight returns to Delhi after suspected tire burst. A Paris-bound Air India flight returned to the national capital shortly after takeoff on Friday, July 28 afternoon, following sighting of suspected tire debris on the runway after departure. In a statement, the airline said the flight landed safely at Delhi airport at 2:18 p.m. Russia carefully examining African proposal to end Ukraine conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday said Moscow is carefully examining proposal made by some African leaders to end the conflict in Ukraine. We respect your initiative and we are examining them carefully, Mr. Putin said on the second day of a Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg. Hong Kong court rejected government requested ban on protest song Glory to Hong Kong. A Hong Kong court rejected a government requested ban on broadcasting or distributing the protest song Glory to Hong Kong in a landmark decision that rejected a challenge to freedom of expression in the city. The song was written during the mass protest against the government in the Chinese territory in 2019 and its lyrics call for the democracy and liberty. The song has since been mistakenly played at several international sporting events instead of China's national anthem, March of the Volunteers. Death toll from Philippines boat accident rises to 26. The number of people killed when an overloaded passenger boat capsized in a Philippine lake has risen to 26, the Coast Guard said Friday as the search resumed for those still missing. The wooden outrigger was carrying about 70 people on its regular run from a port in Binangonan municipality to the island of Talim in Laguna Lake near Manila on Thursday when the accident happened. Pakistan Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif visit to Abu Dhabi Emirati President condolence to death of his brother. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif met the President of the United Arab Emirates Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in Abu Dhabi and expressed his grief over the death of his brother Sheikh Saeed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The Prime Minister expressed his condolence to the President of the United Arab Emirates on behalf of the entire Pakistani nation. The Prime Minister said that Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates have strong relations based on a common faith and brotherhood. Emirati President thanked Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif for his visit and also mentioned the strong diplomatic relation between Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates. Federal Finance Minister Ishaq Dar and Special Assistant Tariq Fatima were also present in the meeting. Earlier, upon reaching the palace, the President of the United Arab Emirates Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan welcomed the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif arrived in Abu Dhabi on Friday to condole the death of Sheikh Saeed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, brother of the President of the United Arab Emirates Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Tesla executive holds market entry talks with India investment agency source. Two senior Tesla executives discussed the company's plans to enter India with officials from the country's investment promotion arm in New Delhi. Two people with direct knowledge of the matter said the latest in a series of high-level talks. The US carmaker has expressed an interest in building a factory in India that would produce a low-cost electric vehicle priced at $24,000, around 25% cheaper than Tesla's current entry model for both the Indian market and export. That's all in today's headlines. Keep watching T10 Info TV SK channel by subscribing and do hit the bell icon to receive notification and more updates.